What is up, AEX? This is Snacks. I'm joined by my friend and commentary partner for today, Spood Beast. How's it going, Spood Beast?
It's going good. We got a good set for you guys.
I see Blake sitting down. If you don't know Blake, formerly known as BMC, he is the fastest Peach, one of the fastest Peaches out there, and taken sets from super good players before, right?
Exactly. In an age where everyone is known, he's still somewhat of a hidden boss.
Yeah.
And I don't use that term lightly.
Oh, and you know what we're going to see is Vincessant. So we're going to have a Peach Ditto. And we just saw the Peach Ditto actually before, Weedle versus Blake. And there's been a lot of Peach Dittos around. Philadelphia is known for its peaches.
Yes, Peachadelphia, if you will.
Yeah, it's been dubbed Peachadelphia a few times. But that era is sort of ending. A lot of them didn't make the PR this
Some of it might have been activity.
Yeah, Blake would have made it if he...
Exactly. And we're not going to focus on the last quarter's results. These guys can make the PR and
easily, yeah.
Yes, easily, and this is a way to get your name out there. It's a big tournament.
Vincessant, an all-around skilled Smash player. Good at Smash 4, good at Brawl, taking sets off the top players in those games.
Amazing at Brawl. Has beaten Isam at a major.
Yeah, it's SmashCon 2016, I think it was.
Look it up, kids.
And if you want to learn, like, as a Smash enthusiast, someone who plays many games, how to transfer those skills over to Melee, Vincessant translates his skills from one game to another very well.
Yes. I've noticed that Vincessant is really good with multiple characters also in each of the games.
That's true.
He can pick up and play Marth pretty well. He's got a little bit of a Sheik, a little bit of a Fox. He'll probably stick to the Peach Ditto, but if his back is pressed against the wall, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Marth switch.
Yeah.
Especially
on Yoshi's or something.
Exactly. But what will be interesting about this is these guys don't really play. I've never seen a set between these two. Have you?
Whoa. No.
I don't think this
I don't think...
This has ever happened.
I've seen Weedle versus both of these gentlemen so many times.
Exactly.
But never these two.
So it'll be exciting.
I've seen both of them Peach Ditto many times, and I can tell you they look at it a very different way.
Yes, Blake tries to overrun the opponent. He thinks that all Peaches use their character as a handicap for speed, whereas he takes it to the fullest.
Yeah, he realized this thing is that every character in the game that's good has something broken about them. Turns out Peach doesn't have landing lag, and when you're as fast as Blake, you take full advantage of that.
True. For our viewers, just a recap that Blake is the blue Peach and Vincessant is the daisy yellow Peach. Yep. Just in case there was any confusion there.
All right, good stuff. And we see the beginning of the match. Vincessant actually took ground really aggressively towards the beginning of the match using a turnip. Usually that's Blake's MO.
Yes. Right now, it looks like Blake with a little bit of a percent lead, and he's playing a little bit passive, not going to overextend, because if you hit Peach off stage, Peach edgeguards Peach pretty darn well.
Yeah.
People don't realize that you can rack up a lot of percent, if not just get a low percentage kill if you wall them out.
Yeah, because most characters can't fly as high and as far out as Peach can recover from. But of course Peach can.
Exactly, and Peach can wait out the float exactly how long the other Peach has.
Okay, I like the Nair. Very good spacing on the recovery from Blake.
Yeah, Vincessant keeping center stage. You'll notice he faded that Nair away to make it safe, as well as keep center stage there, which was a nice little touch.
As soon as he said keep center stage, Blake immediately rolls in and Vincessant goes for a dash attack.
Yes.
You know, that's the risk of going for a forward movement when you're pressuring someone. If they roll, they all of a sudden have the stage.
Yeah. That's a nice up throw on the turnip. What that does is it forces the opponent just to think and keep track of another thing, even if it's pretty far off. They, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, keep track of the turnip, and they might miss out on other little details going on.
So here's something to note about the way Blake likes to play this matchup. He loves jumping and floating sort of forward of Peach and up. So the up air doesn't have a capability of hitting, and neither does the Nair. Often he'll bring a turnip with him, and he'll react with a down air or an air, and his reaction time is actually insane.
Yes. He is one of the best Smash DIers of any Smasher I have seen.
Yeah, definitely true. And really just DI in general.
So let's see if he can convert. This is a very crucial edge guard because he hasn't had too many opportunities thus far to edge guard.
Yeah, so both Peaches have that same sort of habit that Peaches tend to have, where they hit someone off stage, they immediately pull a turnip because it makes their life easier. Every now and then, you lose a little too much time for pulling the turnip, but it's almost always worth it. So if you're a Peach player who doesn't know what to do when you hit someone off the stage, I guess there's your answer.
Yep.
Yep, quick Nair. A lot of Peaches, I think, do grab forward throw, which I'm pretty sure doesn't guarantee a kill at that percent.
Yeah, if it's guaranteed, Nair out of shield is a great move. A lot of knockback growth.
Exactly, yes.
You'll see Nair not do that much and be great combo tool early percents, but it kills later.
I'm pretty sure Blake said around 110%. It actually has more knockback than the forward air does.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. At least against Peach, it depends on weight too.
You'll notice that he DI'd that away. Even though Peach gets the dash attack, if you DI Peach's down throw in as a floaty, you could get up smash killed very early if you don't get a tech situation on the platforms. So you take your licks and you make sure it's not death.
We got the lightsaber. Another thing to note about that same strategy I pointed out earlier, Blake's been continuing to use it, and I didn't notice that he did this before, but he will mix up a double jump land and then a jump, and then a jump through the platform, fall back down to keep himself in that space against the opposing Peach.
That's true. That mental pressure you're exerting by going into a specific approach angle where you only have one or two options to beat it, and then mixing that up with a standard approach option can really frustrate opponents.
I think something that's really important in this matchup is to recognize that the float is the exact same speed as the dash. So that means that there's no like outrunning your opponent because you're obviously both the same speed. It's just you're almost always either dashing or floating to move. You really have to be smart about your positioning, and that's why it's really hard, other than a dash attack, to extend into your opponent.
We had a very close game here. I think that what we've seen is a lot of back and forth without anyone really taking much more than a couple of percent lead.
Yeah, and they're being really good about using combo DI, smash DI away when it comes to these nairs and fairs.
Yep.
Because if they get a few in a row, wow, such an early kill. I think he was holding down maybe to try to hit the
I think he might have thought he had a jump. He didn't have a jump, and when he realized that, it was too late.
That's true. Goes right back to Battlefield. Obviously, it's Ditto, so it doesn't matter too much. I don't know. I kind of feel like, at the very least, you think about where you were getting your advantages.
Yes.
If I were Vincent, I'd try to go to a flatter stage, honestly, just because Blake's been doing such a good job of hovering above him and then doing exactly what he did there. He either is safe or he gets a hit, and then you're forced to back off.
True. And what we haven't seen yet, but I know Blake has up his sleeves, is he's great at doing platform interrupts in the grabs.
Yeah.
To continue tech chases where most Peaches cannot. You'll see Armada do it a lot versus Fox, and Blake's one of the few other Peaches I see do it consistently.
Yep. And you know what, is that he uses it in his neutral too. We actually see right there he uses the same double jump technique. He uses it many times there. I guess he's feeling himself. What he does is, instead of doing like a wave dash down, it's a little bit faster if you do the double jump land, and then you have no lag. You just turn around, and he uses it almost like a wave dash down and then dash back.
Yeah,
many other characters.
It's pretty neat. It's a nice tool that works because Peach's double jump, it puts you slightly below. You dip down as soon as you start that double jump. And so the game registers it as you're landing.
Yep, and it's just a neutral land, so it's only 4 frames of lag, which is the same thing that happens if you just land on the ground.
Yep.
And you'll see Blake using it to really mix up his movement there, and then you don't know exactly when he's going to come in. And it's really frustrating for other players who have never fought that strategy before, because I haven't seen anyone as consistent as Blake with it.
Vincent trying to battle out of the corner. I love the fact that he's not overextending too much. But he hasn't found an opening yet until that back air. He's choosing not to continue the pressure after a knockdown and just going for the turnip grab. Do you feel maybe he's going for a little bit of RNG help because he feels like he's falling behind, or?
I think that must be what it is. But you know what? My theory against Peach is if she's in a bad position, she often has a hard time coming back, especially against a character who's as proficient in walling as Peach, right?
Yeah, that was a nice Z-drop turnip. Blake sometimes uses that just because he likes to use it and not always in the best situations, but right there, it was actually a very nice usage of it.
Yeah, something you're going to see from the difference so far, I think, just in the match in general, is when Blake gets a knockdown or a hit across the stage on Vincessant, he tries to get the up there. He's able to, he sort of like waits a second to see if they're going to dash forward or float forwards, and then he'll punish that. And if they don't, he takes all that space for himself. Whereas Vincent kind of yields the stage back to Blake.
Yep, he'll go for the immediate turnip pull when he has the room. Almost like it's a Marth matchup.
Yeah. But in reality, Peach not being able to dash back is a huge detriment to her. So if you have someone back in the corner, I think you need to take a little bit of ground.
Certainly. Well, he has that ground right now, and let's see what he does.
Okay, gets that forward throw might kill, right?
There we go. Well, sometimes that mental block of getting the first stock can unlock a whole lot better play. So we'll see if Vincent can capitalize now that he's finally got that stock out of the way.
You know something about Peach Dittos, though, is that there's so much trading.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Right there, that combined two of the things I was saying. The DI in on the down throw with the large punish and the aerial interrupt grab.
Yes.
So...
yeah, it's the aerial interrupt that I think you're talking about is colloquially known as the double jump cancel.
Okay.
So if you've heard that term before, that's the same thing.
Yes. I'm sorry. Aerial interrupt is normally when you do an aerial which counters it. A double jump is what's being used to cancel the landing animations.
Yeah, you're a Luigi player, I understand.
I actually did. No, I use up air for an aerial interrupt.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I don't have a double jump interrupt, so I didn't know what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's fine. It does the same effective thing. You know how
we've got a Mr. Saturn, which does advanced
tremendous
shield damage.
Yeah, tremendous shield damage.
And makes funny noises.
That's true.
It reminds people, you might be sweating out a super serious set, and you hear Mr. Saturn go, wah, and then you realize it's just a game. It's just a game, guys. We're playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. Have fun with it.
A problem a lot of, not even just Peach players, a lot of players have, is that when they're on the top platform, they feel like they have to get down immediately. Blake knows that Peach has a difficult time getting to the top platform, especially with something meaningful. So he just kind of sat up there for a little bit and made Vincent guess when he was going to come up. He guessed wrong, and then found himself to the ground, converted it into advantage, and then eventually a stop.
That was a good observation, and we'll see if Vincent takes note of it, or Blake continues to exploit what seems to be working.
It seems like
Blake's
Blake's getting away
impatience there. Blake is just fading away with aerials, and Vincent is pulling right into his trap card.
Yeah, he's doing wave dash back, roll back, dash back so often. There it is again. That time Vincent jabs, which is a bit of a counter to someone running in. You have to be careful though, because crouch cancel down smash, crouch cancel grab, all devastating.
Yep. Blake with the mix-up, he looked like he was going to go for the top platform. Vincent said not this time, and Blake just faded back again towards to land towards the edge of the stage.
This is one of those matchups where there are so many neutral exchanges and so much trading that whoever's in the lead can really play to their lead. And you're going to see Blake's not going to give up the center. He's just going to get as much little bits of damage as he can. Oh, misreads it there. I think he thought that only the ledge was available.
And also with neutral exchanges, it can lead to a lot of mental fatigue. You got to really think about your approaches. You can't just muscle memory approaches. It's not like certain punish games or chain grabs. So what you might see is, while the first two games might be a lot closer, or maybe a game 5, one of the people just breaks, and it turns out to be a blowout because they just lost all their mental stamina.
Wow, he slid right off the edge with a platform cancel. Got him out of the
slick
tricks.
movement.
And you can see, I know Vincessant has to be careful not to get hit. He's playing it pretty well. Not trying to give up too much damage to that backer so quick.
I do like his strategy. He's realizing that when you're not at a percent where you can just trade, he was going for a lot of turn-ups, because you hit someone with a turn-up, they're not trading with you.
That's true. That's definitely true. Okay, so right there, I think Vincent needs to really stay underneath of Peach, or underneath him and in front of. Kind of air dodged away, probably an accident. Give up a little bit of stage. There it is again. Patience on the platforms from Blake, knowing that coming right back down could be a death sentence. See how Vincent's out of the corner. I like that. So a lot of the times, people will take advantage of how weak Peach is from the corner. She doesn't really have that many good ways to just contend with an aerial, since she can't dash back. So we saw Vincent there jump up and backwards and go for a down air to sort of work his way out of the corner.
Yeah, that was a very good chicken moment there, where Vincent stayed patient and called the overextension by Blake, waited, and then was able to grab ledge.
See how he convert. Oh, nice little grab there. Yeah, I was about to say, see how he can convert off this situation. And give the other Peach on the back foot. It can be really strong. Like I said, you don't have any lag or hit lag on your moves because of the float cancel. So very often you get someone's shield. If you have them on their back foot, you have plenty of time to act. Even though you're not that fast, you have a whole lot of time.
Certainly. So yeah, Blake there realized that in order to win neutral, that doesn't always mean hitting your opponent. He got far enough away to pull a turnip. That's a win.
Yep. Oh, he looks like he has a stitch face. I want to point out, Blake went for something nuts. He did a down air to Vincent. Instead of going immediately for nair, he tried to do turnip drop up air. He got the turnip drop, but just barely missed the up air.
That is something you practice in your room.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that hit before. Not against Peach at least.
Well, despite the damage done from the Stitch Face, it's only a hit away from being a very close game. But we'll see how much extra credit we've got Blake here getting.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. With that being said, Blake 10% at a time, extending his lead. And, they say, like, one stock's not a lead. In Peach Dittos, like, 20% is a lead.
Exactly. Peach doesn't have many great early kill setups. You can get a decent amount of percent on a edge guard if they're in poor position. Yeah. But normally they can make it back and put you in a lot of 50-50 situations with their excellent air dodge. Mm-hmm. And Blake loves to use that air dodge.
Yep, there it is. Good call out. I was like, we're going to see it right here. I know we are.
Yes, it has more invincibility than any other character except for Zelda is tied for the best air dodge in the game.
Oh, wow.
And Blake uses it more than any other Peach that I have seen, to your detriment if you can punish it hard, but Peach doesn't have many hard punishes.
Yeah.
You're not going to tipper it, you're not going to shuriken it or rest it, so he's going to use it even more.
You know what's funny is when people do that to him, I often see him get an up air or an up smash. I think because he's so ready for it. He recognizes how good of an option it is.
Peach up smash, maybe her most underrated move in a lot of matchups. It has surprising knockback, a lot of invincibility, and has good range from the sides and above. So I haven't seen them use it that much because it's hard to land, especially with Peach's aerial mobility. It's great against like a Luigi or a Sheik, though.
To sum up that last stock, yes, Vincessant lost it first. Without looking at this one, he did a whole lot of damage to Blake and really started to mount a comeback. However, this is what Vincent's had a problem with. Blake continuously gets himself up to 100, kills his opponent, and then continues to live and gets another like 80-90% before he dies.
And you'll see the difference there. They both did similar pressure strings, but Blake's was just a little bit faster to the grab, so that there was not a whole lot of time to react to it.
And after playing this guy a lot, I dare say it was probably as fast as possible.
Yes.
You can't. He lost very few frames, a couple maybe.
That's the MO of Peach, if you will, is positive shield pressure to jab grab mix-ups.
Yeah, and then down smash too against some other. Not as much against Peach, but against other characters.
It doesn't work as well versus Peach because she doesn't slide far away and has a super nice shield, so she doesn't get shield poked as much.
So this is something that we just saw Blake.
That was an interesting up air.
Yeah, we just saw Blake do it, and I want to point it out because other characters could do it too. He caught Vincent's turnip and used it to turn around to threaten back air on the way down because he did not have time to
Oh, wow. It's kind of like a needle turnaround or something like that.
Yeah. And you see Peach just do it to grab the edge all the time, but Blake will also do a turnaround toad to threaten back air sometimes.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Vincent has his back against the wall here.
And the corner
quite
as
literally,
well.
yeah. The invisible wall that is the blast stage, the blast zone.
Yeah. Oh, he just threw a Stitch Face away again. Okay, that's a 3-0.
All right. Yeah, Vincent did a good job the first set of keeping it close, but I feel like he could have done a stage switch after the second game where it didn't seem to be getting better.
I mean, we could look at his strengths, and obviously the corner pressure wasn't one of them. Blake had an advantage there, so maybe give himself some more room, maybe give him less so that it's easier to get his opponent into a corner situation.
Sometimes when you don't know the exact answer, rolling the dice is okay. It's better than the definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing
over and
multiple
over.
times and expecting different outcomes.
Yeah.
But then again, we are talking about RNGesus and Peach, so it could happen, right?
Who knows?
Either way, Vincent played really well. Blake is known as one of the best at that matchup.
It used to be his favorite. Yeah.
Exactly. His very first tournament ever, he beat Weedle in that matchup.
Yeah.
But then he lost to this guy here, Roche.
Yeah. sure did. He lost
I
the
do
push,
remember that. Bringing it back.
All right, so that's going to be it for us for this set. Join us again for the next one.
Sign off. You want to hop in?
Before you trash talk Snacks for losing for me, he just want to note that he did the Diz Kid Boogie, where he spent like an hour with me at the last lat we were both at, teaching me how to beat him next time, and I'm forever grateful for that. And my voice cracked.
I would never call that out. And honestly, it looked like you were playing pretty well versus
We're not recording that, right?
versus a lot of the people here. We're not gonna.